Sometimes you gotta let it roll, and sometimes you get enough fold. This is Bloodbowl.
Heretic of you here, the most underrated tabletop wargamer on the interwebs. Today we are talking Sylvanbowl, we're talking Amazons, Lizards. This is season 13 and this is the finale. Boy, it's been a long season, but we've got it now on tape. This is going to be part 1 of 2. Starting with the opening kickoff, we got Quick Snap. So Amazons, Lizards actually won the coin toss and decided to kick to the Amazons. Amazons now using the Quick Snap rules to set up a nice Amazon screen right there. There is a little space for a skink to run down the whiteout and grab that ball, but otherwise it's a pretty good screen. Also prevents any lizards from getting those opening blocks on their turn. So I don't know if I'd do anything different. I think I would probably maybe repositioned, went heavy on one side with that quick snap so that I would have got maybe some favorable blocks, but you know, who am I to say? I am but your poor play-by-play guy for today's game. Anyways, the Amazons, we're going to go into their turn, activates the thrower, and will eventually roll to pick up. And that's going to be good enough with a 4. Now can they protect the ball? That's the thing about the dangerous part about lizards is their move and strength. So leaving your ball carrier open, they've got the return game to get a blitz off and score pretty quickly. Speaking of blitz, we got a blitz here on the other side of the whiteout here. Now that Amazon blitzer does have Dauntless, so there'll be a Dauntless roll and hopefully a 2-die block on a Saurus. So good use of their skills coming out of the gate. So I guess that was a successful Dauntless roll, which ended up a 2-die block, which downed the Saurus. I believe she used the block skill because he fell in place. So that's basically what you want to do as Amazons, is kind of pick and choose your battles. You're going to be striking surgically, I'd say, with a scalpel. Where the lizardmen you probably want to take the opposite approach, right? You want to come in, you want to mark all the players. You're going to use your strength advantage. I'm not sure if I like that little guy on the white out there, but I think he's going to set up a Croxigore blitz, and that's going to be Croxigore is going to activate, declares a blitz, and that is going to be a 3-die blitz to open up their turn. So they're definitely going to try and get as many 3-die blocks as possible, given the strength advantage. Croc should have a big day. Strength 5 guy with Mighty Blow, breaking Amazon armor on 7, knocking out the girls also with 7, and you're getting injuries on 9s. I'd be surprised if he doesn't get 1 or 2 casualties as long as he remains in the game. Lizardmen responding well to the Amazons' opening turn by basically collapsing on them. That's what you want to do. 3-die block only results in a push. but you got her like right there on the edge, and you are they are staring down the ball carrier. That's going to be difficult, and that's kind of why I would have just playing armchair quarterback here. Uh, Probably would have kept that ball uh, back until you see where your openings are. If you try to rush these guys, this is the kind of team that's going to make you pay. In fact, if you're Amazons, you're probably going to have to um, get out of your comfort zone. Typically, they're a run team. This is the classic Amazon team, by the way. They're with the four blodgers right at the gate. Typically considered a run team. The thrower is not as good as other teams, so unfortunately, in this game, you're going to have to. I think you're going to have to play a little elf ball as we enter Amazon's turn 3. They are looking to run a reverse. So move that ball carrier away from that Crocs. That's a good idea. And you probably want to cage around your ball carrier at this point. You do have some open girls there. I probably want to dodge that Amazon. Oh, we are going with a blitz actually. Blitz action on the wideout. Not a blitz, but we're going to open up with a block action. And that's going to be a knockdown. So he does get a knockdown on the lizard, and then he's going to. He should have followed up there. That would have given him a 2-die block, but he's going with a single die block on his Dauntless Blitzer there. So that's going to result in a push, or actually, no, a knockdown. So double knockdown there. Wow, pretty good blocking strategy there. Creating some space on the other side. Or wait, they're reversing the call. I think that was a push. I think they screwed up somewhere. Yeah, it's going to be a single die. They did make the Dauntless roll. She made her Dauntless roll, and that's going to be a double push, which is going to put her kind of in a bad position there. She'll have to follow up. There you go. And this is the second block. Is it good enough? Is he re-rolling? I'm not sure if it's worth it, but Amazons do have three re-rolls at this point. Lizardmen with 2, and they seem to be going right at the Lizardmen. So they're going to gamble with 1-die blocks. I think that's going to be a blitz up the center. Also 1-die. And they're going to burn a reroll. But they're going to get what they need. So pretty good. Again, Amazon's. It's interesting to see them go right into the teeth of the Lizardmen at this point. Will this strategy work out? I don't know, because I mean you're basically initiating a block war. I would think you'd want to do more hit and run tactics. Now we do have declared. Is he going to dodge the Amazon out of the way? Or he thinks he's going to try and block her free, or maybe try to push a guy out of bounds. You do have a kind of mess right there. You can manage it, find the block, then you could get, decent position and catch the strength of the lizard team on the other side. But we got a failed dodge instead, and that will be a turnover. Will he bust the armor? Looks like I'll bust armor. Will we have an injury? We have a KO. Ooh. So that's a costly mistake for the Amazons right there. They are actually going to use their apothecary though, and keep them on the field. They have a wandering apothecary, so you have an extra apothecary roll, and it's a interesting call because it's pretty early in the game. Do you want to use that? You have 2 apothecaries. This is basically your free one, and you're basically trying to keep the numbers even. As we have, is this going to be yet another blitz declared by the Croc score? It's going to be 2 die blitz on the ball carrier. So that was a very costly turnover by the Zons. Fortunately, they get away with just a push. They're not Lizards only rocking 2 rerolls. It's a little early to try and you could steal the ball now, but you're really in a good position. You've got an open lane now, and you can just surround her and hope for a bad dodge or see how the Amazons collapse. I mean, you pretty much take your time here and steal this ball from them as they lizards smell blood, and we do have basically the Amazon thrower surrounded. So that's going to be a tough situation for the Zons to get out of. We're going to 2-die block. Is that going to be a reroll? I think he's going for the reroll. Nope. Just going to end up pushing the Amazons out of the way. And you can see how fast they just. I mean, this is the type of team that you don't want to commit early turnovers. Obviously, you don't want to commit early turnovers on anyone, but this team has a way of making you pay like none other. They just kind of swarm and surround you like freaking Zerg in StarCraft or something. It is a deadly team. You just have to be on your wits' end. What do we got? I think this is a failed doge, which results in a turnover. And now Amazons are going to have a chance to respond. So they open up with a block on a skink, which is always basically what you want to do. The one Achilles heel, of course, for the lizards are the skinks. If you can actually get them on the ground, their armor is pretty weak. And then, they're so crucial to the team that it's if you can knock out 1 or 2, it will help. So for new coaches out there that might be facing a Lizardman team, try and build your strategy around getting blocks on those little guys. Those little guys are really what makes this team so deadly. And at armor 8 and strength 2, you don't need a lot of help. You just have to look for your opportunities. Continuing on with the Amazon's turn. Amazon's looking for support, desperately trying to get that ball carrier out of that situation, staring down a Crocs. I mean, if you commit a turnover now, you give that Crocs a second shot on your ball carrier. Not optimal, but he does have a 3-on-1 situation on a source, so that's a favorable block. Will he take it, Or do you dodge the ball carrier first? It'll be interesting to see what he decides to do. I think he's going to go for the block. He's got the assist, and it looks like they get a push. So he's created some space there. Again, just got to get the ball carrier loose. And I think he's going to try and block his way instead of dodging. We've got a dodge roll. He's going to have to use the dodge skill because that was a 1. And unfortunately, that 3, not going to do it. That's where the tail comes in. So the lizard, Croxagore, having an impact on the game as the Amazons will not only commit a turnover, they're going to cough up the ball with a lot of Lizardmen players right there to scoop up. And I tell you, big guy's gonna have a good day. Big guy, basically forcing a turnover. Here we are, Lizardmen with a bunch of blocks now. That's what happens when you commit those turnovers, right? You don't get all your pieces moved out of the way. Fortunately, that's going to be he gets a knockdown. I thought that was a push for a second, but no, it was a knockdown. Is he staying at home, or is he? We got little guy's going to come in. That's Mr. Barry Allen. He's got sneaky get, and he's going in for the free foul. Gets nothing. Not a free foul, but you know what I mean. A relatively risk-free foul on that. So look for the Lizards to do that a lot. Try to take advantage and get a numbers advantage that way, as well as using their strength. They're going to use the skink, his main skink, Barry Allen, to foul a lot. Here we go. We got another big block by the big guy. Is that was he going to pop armor? He does pop an armor, and we got a casualty. So big guy with his first casualty of the day. So again, they got to figure out something. They got to neutralize him some way. He's almost built for bashing this team. I mean, he doesn't have tackle. I think if he had tackle, this would be a nightmare. So that's notes to other players. Did he grab the ball? He did. Look at that, and he's busting loose. So that's gonna be. Oh, is he going? He's doing it. He's going for the rush, trying to get as much real estate between him and any defenders. Did he fall? No, I think he got it. Okay, must have had a sure feet reroll. That looked like 2 rushes with a reroll to me. What do we got here? We got a 2-day block. That's his main source, number 10. Guy's got a lot of good skills. I think that guy. I'm not sure. Does he have tackle? Okay, so no tackle on number 10. He does have fend and strip ball. Not bad. I thought he was his tackle. His tackle guy, does he even have tackle on any of his guys? No. I see a wrestle, a block, frenzy. So just a quick side note. I think you got to at least have 1 tackle on your team, because there are just too many of these. If you're playing in a league, you're going to be facing, dodge quite a bit on either stunty teams or, here we go, another 2-die block. And, facing Amazon teams, obviously tackle's like going to be amazing. And you basically neutralize their best static defense against you. Is that a blitz? Or is he just marking? Looks like he's just marking. All right. So here we are going into the Amazon's turn. Amazons are going to need a big time blitz here. Obviously, it needs to be on the ball carrier. You don't need the assist. You just need to get the right person. Going back to tackle, right? And there is an Amazon blitzer with tackle. So I can't tell if his number 10, which is he has a lineman with dodge and tackle. He also has tackle on 2 blitzers, so there's enough to go around there. I don't know. Well, that's going to be a big dodge. Is he going to make this? Definitely needs this dodge to go through. Boom, gets the dodge. Clutch roll here. Now it's all about the angle. If you don't get the dice roll, you want to plan for the push. Here comes he gets a side hit. I wish that was a slightly better angle. He can push to the upper right and put him one square away and push him towards more Amazons. He's going to use a reroll to get his dice, so I don't think that was his tackler. But he's got what he needs. So we got down skink. Will he pop armor? It looks like that's good enough. Boom. We got casualty. That should be badly hurt. So Amazon blitzer Bunny Love. Bunny Love did have tackle, so I don't know. I couldn't really see the dice on that. I don't know if he needed that reroll. But he took taking the ball off the field. So if he didn't, if it was push or whatever, or both down, push. Oh, he's going for the ball. Did he get it? He's not going to waste a reroll. I don't know. I don't know if that was too necessary. Why did he fall? Was that a go for it? Wow. So he tried to rush to get onto that ball. You should have just played a little bit conservative, man. I don't know. Don't agree with that call at all, because now that ball is basically unprotected. And Lizardmen, hell of a return game. They easily can get a guy and pick up that ball. So that's going to be that's bad news. Bad news here. So Lizards are going to start by just continuing to punch, and no sense of urgency. The ball is closer to your end zone.
So you absolutely want, at a time like this, you've got so many punches on Amazons. Take your time, take them all, because even if you, I don't know, I don't see, like, you might want to throw a skink on that ball, near the ball, but it's better to me to just continue good blocking, getting good knockouts, getting the numbers advantage as we look at. Speaking of good blocking, anyone that close to the sideline, that's what happens when you concentrate too much on the ball. You forget about your other players. So now she's pinned up against the sideline. So even though he didn't get the knockdown, that model's in a lot of trouble now. on the Amazon's turn, they have to figure a way to save her. So you're gonna have to spend, either some lucky, you have to a number of dodges, and kind of draws your attention away from the ball. You kind of have to divide your attention whether you want to. Oh, and we got a KO. It's going right into the crowd. So I guess. Oh wait, does that guy have frenzy? Probably. And now he's got a guy. Skink. Barry Allen running in for the foul. That's going to be a continuous thing. So that was, I guess, a frenzy source, which I don't think he played that right, because he should have followed it up on if he used frenzy, then he needs to be right there on that sideline.
We got a bit of a misroll there. Not sure how much that is going to affect the game, because, again, Amazons would have to dedicate quite a few resources in order to push that guy out. Anyways, we got 2-die block, and that's going to be a down girl, but didn't pop armor. And now we're going for the pickup there. So this is going to be we're going to see the return game of the Lizardmen in action. Can they pick up? Is he going to spend the reroll? He does. And I think that's a turnover. Is that a turnover? We'll see. So Amazons will have yet another shot to secure this ball. That's going to involve a dodge. And once again, it's will the prehensile tale come to fruition? And it does again. So big guy. Oh my god. Just making him pay. So Lizards look like this is going to be a score. Are they going to... Question is, do you just go for the score? Do you take the risks, get a block, and play the long game? Try to knock out as many opponents as possible. I think that's a foul, but that's going to end up being a touchdown. And we've got the touchdown from Skink number 2. Doesn't have a name yet, guys. Doesn't have a name. That's too bad. Very important Skink. Alright. So we've got a few turns left in the game for the Amazons to tie it up. This is a bad... that puts all pressure on the Amazons. And we got Officious Ref as our kickoff result. So player's going to either be stunned or kicked out. We'll see what happens here on... Is it going to be Amazons? Is it going to be Lizards? I believe the Amazons lose this roll. And yep, it looks like they're deciding who is going to blows with one of the refs. Ooh, it's a middle girl. That's tough. Very tough for the Amazon. So there, she is going to be stunning and brave this turn. So now the ball comes to his final resting spot. Amazon's going to have to, in this case, you're going to have to play a little elf ball. Looks like they are. So again, they got a good blitz on that wideout, going right at the Skink. Is that should be their blitz? Yeah, it's gonna be 2 dice. Again, you don't need the assist. It's kind of over assisting, something that I preach about. I'm like, you're getting 2 dice, so having that extra girl there, unless you're trying to set up for the result being a push, then that's that assist is unnecessary. Here we go. They're gonna swarm the ball. So tackle zone on the ball, that is always a good idea. And then your throwers going in for a pickup. So 1 blitz so far. I would also, if I were him, I'd want to move his girls off the line and maybe box up. That way you force the lizards to kind of split up between crushing your cage and covering the 2 receivers on the wideout. That would be a good play. We'll see how he does it. So we do see some protection. I think he's going screen, which is also a good idea. I like this. This is good stuff. With any screen, what you do risk is you do have your opposition free to move as we go into their turn. That would have been a 3 die, but he boneheaded. So as I was saying, anytime you do run a screen like that, the occupying the other side, your opposition will typically maybe blitz the center there, and then collapse on the other collapse on the screen, which is okay because that buys you a turn. And basically, with a team with everyone with dodge like this, or like elf teams, what you do is pull back even further, and then you open up a pass. So it's basically extending the defense there as we get a 2 die block, resulting in a knockdown. Don't see an armor punch. I don't know if he rolled a dice yet, but oh, here we go. Dice rolls coming. And so no stuns. A couple pushes. Another 2 die block. Must be his frenzy source. So a couple knockdowns, so not bad. We'll see if he decides. Hey, he hasn't used his blitz yet, so we'll have to see if he does what I'm thinking you should do, and collapse, blitz, and get a tackle zone on the ball. But I gotta say, good. Amazon's doing, good work here. You'll see it's stretching on his defense, and here comes the blitz. 2 die blitz. That's gonna reduce. Does he pop armor? Doesn't look like it, but she goes down, and don't know if that opened it up quite a bit. So I don't think he'll get a tackle zone on the ball unless he uses a skink, which maybe you dodge through or whatever. But you see, you could see him like trying to make a decision there. Do I collapse or do I take out possible receivers? Amazon's this particular team not known for passing, but in this situation, you're going to have to do it. In fact, I don't think he's ever thrown a pass with his thrower. Although his thrower, usually he uses his thrower as a ball carrier, picks up the ball, scores a bunch of touchdowns. So she is quite skilled up. Was she built to pass? Not really. So you're a little bit out of your element here, but you do have to adjust your play style. So for coaches, this is a really interesting game to me to see. Sometimes it's Bloodbowl. You're going to take risks. So a conservative player, which I consider the Amazon coach to be pretty conservative, not tossing the ball a lot or whatever, they're going to have to. They're down 0-0. There's a, what is that, a 1 die? Oh, that's a dauntless check. So great on him putting his dauntless person there to get the 2 die block. Is he going to open up? Was that a blitz? Ooh, I like this. Here we go. Now we're playing Bloodbowl. There's the receiver right there. I would like a second receiver. He's got to free a second receiver. Either just a quick dodge out or whatever, but you need that to fully extend his defense. He does have... oh, here we go. Oh, I thought that was going to be a possible receiver, but not. So, a late follow-up call. He should have followed up before he moved the other girl, but whatever. We got a 2 die block. Also, is that on a skink? Believe so. So, we got wondering where to knock him down. Pin him against the... you want to pin him against the sideline. Good stuff, good stuff. And now the Amazon ball carrier, what you gonna do? This is when you got to basically fucking chuck it down in the field, man. This is what, honestly, I would do that. Unless you have a second receiver. He's gonna try. Is he gonna go for Cage to buy himself another turn? That also would be a good idea. Cage up around the ball carrier. I don't know, you're pretty close to the edge there, but it does if it's an interesting position. If you do cage up around her, and then the lizards respond by collapsing, you now have this concentrated spot where all the lizards are. If you can sneak out the back and dump out a pass, you should have... That's why you want 2 open receivers. Okay, kids? If you're going to play this way, you should have at least 2 to 3 receivers downfield. That way... Oh, was that 1 die block? Look at that, gets the POW. Oh, it's a boat down. And we got lizards causing a casualty. Again, the Saurus. Dude, he is... oh no, that's just the... I'm sorry. That's just the Saurus boa. But still, that's, another girl off the field. Is a tough... This is a tough half for the Amazons. They are pretty much bleeding. I'd have to say what's killing them is early turnovers. Because, again, looking at the field, you see all of these Amazons in tackle zones, which means they're going to get punched in the face. Now we got a source here. I think he's going for the blitz. Is he going for the blitz? Or is he going to block? I think that's a 3 die block there. 3 die block. Is that just a push? Wow. Interesting. Okay. So, not much to say there. Can he get a blitz off? You're going to have to clear a couple of Zons out of the way, which it looks like he's doing to get that blitz. It's not going to be the easiest thing for him, but if he pulls it off, he pretty much goes into the half up 1-0. 2 die block. Is that... He's having a hard time reading his dice. But anyways. What just happened? Was that another boat down? Was it a turnover? Yes, it was. We have a second boat down. Ooh. So, Luck, the 1 in 9 coming in for the Zons. So we've got pass action declared. Is he going to chuck it from there? He is. There's going to be a guy. Oh, not good. He's going to have to waste a reroll on that. So pass was good. Using the reroll. Gets the catch. And we got ourselves a tie game. He's going to tie it with a. I think he needed to go for it. Yeah. That's a touchdown. And that's going to be turn 8 for the Amazons. Last second. Basically, Amazon threw her first completion of her life to an Amazon blitzer for the score. And yeah, so we are going to end this video with a 1-1 tie. Hey guys, if you like my content, smack all the buttons, click the like, ring the bell, do the things, man. It does, putting these videos together takes a lot of effort, so I appreciate the support. If you watch, leave a comment, man. I'll be sure to read it. And yeah, so this was the Sylvanbowl Season 14 first half finale coming up on the next video. We tied 1-1. Anything is possible, like my man KG once said. This is a Heretic of You signing out.